Hi everybody, welcome to the Sky Diary for October 2021. Skies are getting darker, longer, and there's lots and lots to see out there this time of the year. So we'll have a look at what's going on, but don't forget, all these dates and the diagrams are on the Stargazing website, star-gazing.co.uk/diary. Here it is. The blue ones are the ones with the sky events on. The red ones are lots of events going on around the country that I find out either remotely, virtual, or in real life as they start to come back into life. And then the black ones are anniversaries of space dates, rocket launches that may be going off, etc., etc. So just go to the website star-gazing.co.uk/diary and download the TeamUp app, and you can take it with you. Don't forget, if you find the Sky Diary useful, don't forget to like the video. That'd be great. And I've also subscribed to my YouTube channel. Okay, see you in a moment. Right, let's have a look at what's happening in the whole sky. So this is the view 15th of the month, about 10 o'clock in the evening, Universal Time. Ursa Major and the Plough are really low down, which is a bit of annoying really, because Comet Leonard is right in the feet or the paws of the Great Bear at the moment, so it's really low down for most of the night, and it's just starting to rise as we get towards the dawn. Okay, you got Ursa Minor with Polaris there as well. Draco meandering between the two bears. Cassiopeia towards the top of the image there. Cepheus up here. Couple of Pardalis, and Lynx straddling between the front of the bear, and Gemini and Auriga on the right hand side. Let's have a look at the southern view. This is looking towards the south, so these are the stars at their highest. You've got Jupiter there, really bright object, which is in Aquarius, and of course you've got Saturn a little bit lower down in Capricornus. The moon's not far on that particular night. Cetus, the whale or the sea monster, is over here. Pisces, and you've got Pegasus, which is really high up in the sky at this time of the night. Looking towards the west, these are the constellations that are starting to get a little bit low and starting to set now. You see the Milky Way spreading across quite nicely across here. So we've got Capricornus, which is starting to get low, so Saturn will be getting much more difficult in the next couple of months. So Bootes, that's almost disappeared. Arcturus has gone at this time of the night. Corona Borealis isn't far away, and Hercules is now starting to get a lot lower in the sky as well. Aquila is getting low, the tail, and the star cloud of the Milky Way is just starting to disappear as well. And of course you've got Cygnus, the Northern Cross, visible as well. And then look in the east, these are the constellations rising. So of course we have got Auriga, the Charioteer, Perseus, Andromeda, Cetus over here, as I said before, and then Taurus, of course, with the Pleiades and the Hyades star cluster, and then Orion starting to set. And if you get up in the early hours of the morning, Orion is fully up above the horizon. So the winter skies are definitely on their way, and Gemini is just rising over there. Okay, the planets this month. Mercury reaches inferior conjunction on the 9th, so that's when it's closest to the Sun. It's between the Earth and the Sun, more or less. And then it moves out fairly quickly, and it reaches eastern elongation, the furthest from the Sun, on the 25th. It will be visible in the evening sky, but it's going to stay very low to the evening western horizon at that time. So it's going to be quite difficult to spot. Venus is going to be visible in the western evening sky after sunset, but again, it stays very low down because the angle of the ecliptic at this time of year stays very low to the horizon. And it reaches eastern elongation on the 29th of the month. Mars, that reaches solar conjunction on the 9th, so it's far too close to the Sun for us to be able to see it. And of course it stays there very, very for quite a long time, and so we're not going to see it move out into the morning sky for quite a while yet. And the next opposition is not going to be till December next year, so we've got a long time to wait till it's at its best. Jupiter and Saturn, they are visible low down in the south, and we'll talk about those a bit later. Uranus is visible low in the sky in the east in late evening, and then Neptune is visible in the evening sky not far from the Pleiades. Okay, there's a good opportunity to see Mare Orientale. Here it is on the surface of the moon, and there's a favourable liberation of it when it swings into view quite nicely to be able to be seen, and that's between the 1st and the 3rd of October. It's a thick crescent moon in the morning sky, so right at the beginning of the month, the first few days of the month is one of the best times in the year to see that. There are a couple more, 29th of October, 27th of November, and the 23rd of December, so get out there and have a look at some of those. On the 3rd of October, the crescent moon passes north of the bright star Regulus in the constellation of Leo. So this is the view at 5 o'clock in the morning in the eastern sky. And you can see the sickle of Leo there with the backward question mark here, and Regulus, the bright star, just there. And the moon looking beautiful, nice crescent with earthshine on it, looking really nice in the morning sky. On the 4th of October, the moon's moved down, so it's much thinner. The earthshine should be even more beautiful, so get up there early hours, 5 o'clock in the morning universal time, and have a look and see if you can see that really thin crescent moon. On the 5th of October, it's even thinner. We've had to leave this a little bit later, so about 10 past 5, when the moon's a little bit higher above the horizon, you can see just how low it is, but it's going to be extremely thin. So get out there and have a look and see if you can find that in the sky. Right, the Virtual Astronomy Club is up and running again. 5th of October is the next meeting, and it's going to be running on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So go to the website virtual-astro-club.com, and all the details on how to join in are there. Everyone's welcome. 6th of October is new moon, so that's when the totally unilluminated moon is visible, or not, as the case may be. So that's on the 6th. That's nice deep sky times for everybody. Nice dark skies. On the 6th of October, the same day, Algol, the variable star in Perseus, phase from its usual plus 2.1 to magnitude plus 3.4. So it's easily followed with the naked eye. It is visible most of the night. So get out there and have a look. And the minimum brightness is at 2:20 in the morning on the 6th. On the 6th and 7th of October, Comet 67 passes north of the Crab Nebula, which is of course a supernova remnant seen many years ago by Chinese astronomers, and it's about 11th magnitude and visible from late evening. I managed to get a picture of it last night. So here's Orion, just to orientate yourself, the 3 belt stars of Orion. Here's Gemini, here's Taurus, here's the Hyades and the Pleiades, and you can see it running across through the horns of the bull here, and here's where Messier 1, the Crab Nebula, is. So that's the position of the comet on the 1st of October, 1st of November, and then 1st of December as it does this little loop as it approaches perihelion. And here's an image I took a few weeks ago, and you can see a lovely curved tail. So it's really nice comet in images. So I'll be looking forward to taking this a few more times. 8th of October, there's another minimum of Algol. Again, visible all night, but the minimum brightness is at 2300 hours on the 8th of October. 9th of October, the moon has come into the evening sky, and you'll be able to see the thick crescent moon just above Venus. So there's Venus there. It's in the constellation of Scorpius, but you're not going to be able to see the stars of Scorpius. Really difficult, because they're going to be so low down in the brightness. And this is the view at 1756 universal time on the 9th of October. On the 13th of October, it's the first quarter moon, so it's starting to get a bit of a problem in the evening sky for those of us who like fainter deep sky objects. And of course, first quarter moon is when the lunar X and the lunar V are visible. These are both clear obscure effects, but the best time is between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock universal time, so it's going to be a daylight thing. You should be able to see it, but it's going to be quite difficult in the glare of the daylit sky. And of course, the lunar X is produced by the light of the sun as it rises on these features on Blankius, Lecale and Purbeck craters, and then the lunar V is this one here in the southern part of Mare Vorparum. So it's going to be a little hard to observe properly, so give it a go and see if you can. And then the next night, on the 14th of October, the moon passes south of Jupiter. As you see, it's approaching Jupiter here. Before it gets really close, the moon and Jupiter set. So by the time we see it the next day, on the 15th, the moon has moved past Jupiter. So you can see it there. 15th and 16th of October, if you're still watching Comet 67P, because it is getting brighter, it passes close to the open cluster Messier 35 in the constellation of Gemini. So here's Gemini. So there where it is on the 15th of October and the 1st of November. So you can see the cluster is just located here, but I think when it's close to the cluster, it's not visible. So it'll be either daytime or it'll be below the horizon. So we're not going to be able to view that when it's at its closest, but it'd be quite nice to do a nice wide angle view and see if we can get the cluster in with the comet as well. 20th of October, it's back to full moon, so unless you're doing hydrogen alpha stuff, it's going to be a no-no for deep sky imaging. On the 22nd of October, we got the maximum of the Orionid meteor shower. Of course, they seem to come from a part of the sky close to Orion, or within the constellation of Orion, and they are visible most of the night, so late evening onwards for most of the night. And the meteors are active between the 2nd of October and the 7th of November, and they appear to come from this spot in the sky called the Radiant, just by the club of Orion, just here. And they've got a maximum zenithal hourly rate, which is this strange calculation of meteors of 20 meteors per hour. You're unlikely to see 20 per hour, but get out there and have a look, because you just never know. On the 23rd and 24th of October, the moon passes between the Pleiades and Hyades star clusters in Taurus. This is the view on the 23rd of October at 5 o'clock in the morning. As you see, it's a bright gibbous moon, so it's going to flood most of the stars and deep sky stuff out there, but you know, it could make a pleasing view. And then the next night, it's moved a little bit further over, so it's moved between the Hyades and Pleiades and a little bit further over towards the horns of the bull there. 25th of October, Mercury does reach greatest westerly elongation, and this is a view at 5:40 in the morning, looking low down in the eastern morning sky just before sunrise. So the sky is starting to get bright, but you might just about be able to see Mercury just here. It's in the constellation of Virgo, but you're not really going to be able to see the stars of Virgo or any of the galaxies in there because of the brightness of the sky. 26th of October, Algol is again at its minimum brightness of plus 3.4, and that's at 4 o'clock in the morning when the minimum brightness is, so you need to get up to see that one. And then last one of the month is the libration of the moon, bringing Mare Orientale back into view, and that's between the 27th and the 30th of October. It's nearing last quarter, so you've got to get up in the early hours to see the morning sky. And there were two more the rest of this year, 27th of November and the 23rd of December, but the 23rd of December is going to be the best one of the year, where Mare Orientale is liberated into view much more than these two. Let's hope for a clear night. 28th of October, we're nearly at the end of the month, so the moon's now at last quarter moon on the 28th, so evening skies really dark, morning skies not so much, but it is on the wane and it will be disappearing out of our skies for a week or so. So the moon at this time is in line with the bright stars Castor and Pollux in Gemini. So here's Gemini, the top one is Castor and the bottom star is Pollux, and this is the view at about 5:40 in the morning on the 28th of October. and Cancer next door, and you've got the lovely open cluster Messier 44 just here, which is a great binocular object, so have a look at that one while you're there. On the 28th of October, Venus reaches greatest eastern elongation. It's very low down in the southwestern sky a little while after sunset, and this is the view at about 5:30 in the evening universal time, and you can see just how low it is to the horizon over in the southwestern sky. Here's Sagittarius. You're unlikely to see many of those stars in there, but Venus is so bright you shouldn't be able to miss it. And then the 29th of October, we've got the last opportunity of the month to see Algol at minimum brightness, and that's at a little bit more sociable time, well, maybe not, at 1 o'clock in the morning. So get out and have a look. And if you take two pictures of the star or the constellation, one out of those times and one at those times, you should be able to compare them and see the star fading between the two pictures. 30th of October, the moon becoming a lovely crescent moon again, passes north of Regulus in the constellation of Leo, so that's where it was at the beginning of the month. So there's Leo, and of course the bright star Regulus. And then just to mention Comet Leonard, it's still travelling around and should be getting brighter. So here's Bootes, Canis Venatici and Ursa Major, and Dubhe and Merak, the two pointer stars in the plough. And the path of the comet has gone around in a big loop around here. So 1st of September, that's where it was. So on the 1st of October, it's right in the lower pause. And because the plough is really low down in the sky just after it gets dark, that is not achievable. You can't get that. So you have to wait until it rises in the early hours of the morning, just before sunrise, to capture the comet. But it's not going to get much lower, because as it goes around, you can see it's traveling horizontal almost, so it's not going to get much lower. So we should be able to catch up with it in the morning sky quite nicely as it gets a little bit higher up. So this is the comet's path during October, and you can see this is showing it 1 day intervals, 13th magnitude at the moment. It's within the back pause of Ursa Major, and the low in the northwestern sky in the evening, but better in the northeastern sky before dawn. So here's where it is on the 1st of October, the 15th of October, and the 31st of October. So you can see it's moving around quite nicely. And these tick marks are gradually getting a little bit further apart as the motion increases, as it gets closer to the sun and closer to the Earth, and hopefully getting brighter. Here's a picture that I took a few weeks ago. It's not up to much yet, but hopefully it will brighten up. And if we do get some clear skies some mornings, I will be trying to get some more in the early hours to see if we can see it's developing. Other people have shown it developing quite nicely now, so got to keep going out there and giving it a go. Don't forget, if you find the Sky Diary useful, don't forget to like the video. Thank you very much, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget, the Virtual Astronomy Club is trying to keep astronomy sociable, and next meeting is on the 5th of October, and it's going to be the 3rd Tuesday of the month, following on from there. So go to virtual-astro-club.com. All details, everyone's welcome to join us. Don't forget, all these dates, diagrams, information is available on the Sky Diary on TeamUp. Go to star-gazing.co.uk/diary, and all the details are there for you to download the Sky Diary, and you can carry it around on your mobile phone or tablet. Okay, take care folks, good observing sessions, and I'll see you all later.